In life, we all go through things, and sometimes it hit us at different points and times of our lives. I'm going to give you a little background about me. I'm Gary Baxter, born and raised out of Tyler, Texas. Went to Baylor University, Sick'em Bears, for any Bears fans in here. And I also went to the NFL. I played 8 years in the NFL, 4 years with Baltimore Ravens, and 4 years with the Cleveland Browns. So when Dunn was talking about, there I go, a Bear fan right there. Well, I'm Baylor Bear, so it's all good. We got something in common. But I will tell you, as Dunn was speaking about her husband, a lot of times people don't think that professional athletes go through anything. Well, I'm going to tell you my story today. My story, I probably only told this story about 4 or 5 times. And the reason why I'm going to tell this story is because the CEO of Help and Restorability, Vicki Niedermeyer, she came to me. And I sit on about 4, 5, 6 boards. And Vicki came to me with a passion, and she said, I want you to be on my board. And I said, well, Vicki, what is it? You know, I get a lot of people asking me to be on their boards all the time. In fact, a competitor that was asking me to be on his board was her husband. So I got Vicki and her husband asking me to be on a board. And of course, you know who won that one, right? So, and there's 2 reasons why I decided to be on that board. One reason is Help and Restorability. If you really think about the terminology of what this organization stands for, I mean, it really is something special. Here's my story. Imagine you being a top elite athlete in the best shape of your life. I mean, you could run, you could run all day, you have the strength, you could perform, you could do things that you never thought you could do. Now, I trained for those things, but I'm at the 1% of elite, healthiest people in the world that can move, do all kind of acrobatic movements. I'm on the top of my game. I'm in the NFL. I'm a starter. The world is at my feet. I'm enjoying everything. And then one day, it all stopped. I was in the middle of a game, and I endured one of the worst injuries that the NFL probably have seen. Now, just my luck, that's how it happens for me. But I end up on a play. We was playing the Denver Broncos, and game was going great. I already had an interception going up for my second interception. I played cornerback. I know I'm a big cornerback, but I played cornerback, and all of a sudden, the ball came short. I mean, I was literally going up for the ball, and the ball stopped right here, and I said, that's weird. I hit the ground. No one touched me. But when I hit the ground, you'll never believe what happened. I tore both of my knees, my patellar tendons in my knees. So I'm laying on the ground. I'm in pain. Trainers run out. Everyone runs out to me. And, you know, the trainer's talking to me. What's going on? What's going on? And I'm like, man, my legs are, my right leg. And they said, no, Gary, we got your left leg. We got your left leg. And I said, no, it's my right leg. And they looked at each other and they said, what? He's done blown both of his knees. And I said, what did you just say? Because it just registered to me. And then they said, well, you got to get up, kid. You got to go. And I'm like, yeah, I got to get up. Because why? My mother is in the press box. And the last thing I want to do is lay on the field, right? Right. Because I got a rule with Mom, never come on the field for nothing. I don't care what it is. That rule been in place since high school. And trust me, she fights me on it. But I said, man, my mom knows how tough I am. My mom knows, I mean, I've torn muscles and broken some bones, and, you know, that's just part of the game of the gladiator sport. But for the first time, I remember telling my mom, I said, this is how you know when I'm really hurt. When they send a cart out for me. Because I will crawl off this field no matter what. That's just my mentality. And for the first time in my life, the trainers was like, get up, let's go, let's go. This is live TV, you know, they got to play a game. They got to sell some Budweiser and stuff like that, right? So at that point, in that moment, I tried to get up. And my mind was saying, get up, but my body wasn't moving. And it hit me. I went from being the top athletic mobility guy to now I can't move. And the worst words that came out of my mouth were, sit in the cart, knowing that my mom is up in the press box. Now that's hard, right? I wasn't even thinking about me. I was thinking about my mother, like, oh my God, I hope she's okay. Right? So then I ended up going to the hospital. And I'm sitting in the bed, and I still got my uniform on. They cut my shoulder pads off. I still got my pants on. I still got everything on, right? And I got like a team of doctors around me. And I'm listening to what they're saying to me. And they say the worst words anyone ever wants to hear. They said, we don't know if you're going to ever walk again. And I'm saying, what? What did you just say? How is that possible? I mean, I could run all day. I could do things. I could take on 350-pound linemen, and I love it. And now I can't walk? Reality hit me. But I'm always optimistic. Marlon says. Her saying was never give up. Mine was never quit. And at that moment, I realized I could do one or two things. I can listen to those doctors and say, oh, you never walk again. It ain't gonna happen. Or we in uncharted territory. And I said to myself, well, that ain't gonna be me. What's gonna happen? Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna have this surgery. And not only are we gonna have the surgery, we're gonna do them both at the same time. And they said, both at the same time? I said, both at the same time. They said, do you know what you're saying and you're doing? I'm like, not really, but I'm gonna take charge. It's the business guy in me, right? So I gotta act like I've been there. And I didn't know and realize at that time that once I decided to do both, that I was gonna be confined to a bed for almost 3 months. Yeah, right? A young guy that's very athletic, very mobility, has the mobility to do anything, and now all of a sudden I'm at ground zero where I can't move now, and now my world becomes a bed. I have to do everything in the bed. So I'm in uncharted territory of where I want to be. And what does that mean? I need somebody to help me. I never thought an young independent, athletic guy now needs someone to help me. And here's where the moment of clarity hit me, right? 6 days after the surgery, I'm in the bed. Funny story, I got to make some lemonade out of lemons here. I'm sitting in the bed, and I realize I've just had surgery on my knees, and the worst thing happens. My toe is itching. I'm serious. And I'm sitting there saying, I cannot scratch my toe. So I got one or two options, right? I can just sit there and take the itch, or I can reach over to this hospital button bed right here and have a nurse, press it, and have a nurse to come and scratch my toe. You have to imagine what I was dealing with inside, right? Mentally and physically, right? So I sit there for about 5 minutes and I realized this is not getting any better. So I got to make the call. And so I made the call, pressed the button, and the nurse said, yes, Mr. Baxter, can I help you? And I said, I feel so bad to ask you this, but I definitely need someone to come in and help me right quick. I didn't want to tell them what it was until they got to the room, right? Cut the chatter down a little bit. Nurse gets in the room. I said, ma'am, I got to ask you to scratch my toe. I can't move. I'm sorry. And she laughing, and I'm just like, I feel so bad. They scratched my toe. My eyes went back of my head and did a circle. And that felt so good. I'm like, oh, thank you. But then, right then and there in that moment, it hit me. It really hit me. It says, wow, you need people to help you. You need someone to help you get around. I realized my challenge was about to be real, real, real big. And now I'm in the bed, and I can't even move. I can't even get out this bed. In fact, I do everything. I'm in the bed. I can't do anything. And then I realized, if I ever got out of this bed and I had an opportunity or a chance to help someone, I would. You know, I play in NFL, and I got hurt, and I had the best doctors, the best technology, the best equipment, best you can even imagine. So I was lucky, because my deal was, I'm gonna make it back to the football field. And everyone looked at me like I had like 3 heads growing out my neck. But guess what? Because I did not listen to them, and I did not quit, and they brought the wheelchair in to size me up, which I had to go to a wheelchair first. From a wheelchair to a walker, from a walker to crutches, from a crutches to a cane. And the day I got out of the hospital, I went by my bathroom for the first time and said, oh, is that what it looked like? And I couldn't wait to get home. But then another moment of clarity hit me. It's when I got out and, you know, everyone's happy that I'm out and let's go have some dinner or something. And we're driving into the parking lot and I'm sitting there saying, oh man, we can't park far. I need a handicap parking spot. And I was like, whoa, there's a difference again. And I get out of the car and by the way, I have to tell you, I've never seen so many people be so rude to me when I was handicapped, because I get out of the car and they look at me and they're like, you so young, don't be parking in a handicap, and they were just calling me, and I'm like, oh, no, time out. Let me get my walk out and show you, I really need this. I really appreciate the little things in life. And now, I'm in position to make all the difference in the world and be the champion for the people who are not the Gary Baxter of the world and have the NFL team and have the doctors, the best, any of those things that I had. I'm up here today speaking on behalf of those people who can't speak, who truly needs help. And so when Vicki came to me and said, I want you to be on my board, and I said, okay, well, Vicki, I got a lot of boards, a lot of people asking me. And I started thinking, helping restore ability. Man, all the people that was in my life to help me get back to where I'm at. Now, I made it back to the football field, competing, running, playing. Doctors said, we don't understand this. This is uncharted water. I said, because it wasn't your plan, it was mine. But I ended up deciding to retire. 2 days before a game, I'm about to make history. And you know, I said, I'm not going to go out there and jeopardize all that I have accomplished, because I understand the significance of it. And I said, my mission in life is to be able to be champions for those who cannot speak. Tell people my story, to let people know, you never know who may be feeding you the next day or taking care of you the next day. So while you're in position, give, whether it's time, money, whatever the case may be. Helping Restore Ability is a great agency. Trust me, there's nothing outside of the NFL world that helps people that have handicap, disability, that they need those help. They need people to help them. And I understand it more so because I lived it and I was there. And I have family members and I see other people, and I just tell people, help as much as you can, give as much as you can, because you never know when that day may be you. And as I stand before you today, like I said, I'm here because one reason was because of Vicki. Vicki has a lot of passion behind this organization. And I like that, because you need to be excited about helping people and giving people a chance to be able to have the ability to have a normal life. We take it for granted so much. But I truly will tell you, no matter who you are and where you are in this room, one day you're going to need somebody. And I realize that. Now, it only took my toe to be itching that I couldn't scratch it, that I realized that I needed someone one day. But it's a lot of truth in that story as far as what we think about, things we take for granted. So on your tables, there's an envelope. Not only that Vicky has her card there, but on your table, there's an envelope. And I would like for you all to think about your donations as you're writing the donations into this envelope. Think about this. One day, it may be you that someone's up here championing for you for help. And I just want to say, continue to support this agency. Help and Restorability, I'm going to do everything I can because I understand the importance of it. I might be over my time right now, but I'm passionate about helping people, but I'm a champion for those who can't speak. And although we all go through things in life, I've been up to the highest highs and the lows of the lows. And like Marlon said, she doesn't give up, never quit. You could take this from this luncheon, what Marlon said, never give up. Gary Baxter also says, never quit. Thank you, God bless you. Please give with your hearts and your mind and ask yourself, it could be me one day. And if it is, just think about who's going to be there to help you. HRA. Thank you. God bless.